Hello and welcome to the second week in your journey to quit smoking. We hope you are taking our clinically tested natural tablets every day. This will help you recover from your withdrawal symptoms faster and flush out the toxins in your lungs. How was the last week for you? Were you able to practice the mindfulness exercises we asked you to do? How many cigarettes did you reduce? Keeping track of your goals keeps you rooted to the program. In case you missed your goal, give yourself the credit that at least you thought of it now and did not forget about it completely. Also, maybe ask yourself what prevented you from reaching the goal and how you can change that in the future. Let's start today's session with a mindful breathing exercise.
Welcome to the short practice of mindful breathing. Close your eyes and concentrate on relaxing your body parts. Start from your head, back of the head, face, forehead, eyes, ears, cheeks, nose, lips, chin. Just relax and release the tension. The neck, both the shoulders, both the hands from shoulder to elbows, from elbows to wrists, the entire palm and 10 digits of fingers. Just relax all of them. The chest muscles are relaxed. The tension in the upper back is released. Let your belly hang out. Release the tension in the middle back and the lower back. Now, concentrate on relaxing the tension in your legs. Relax your thighs, knees, the calf muscles, the ankles, the feet, and the toes of the feet. Now, keep your backbone straight and concentrate on your breath. Breathe normally, but pay attention to each breath. If any thoughts come in your mind, the thoughts may be positive or negative. Just let them pass away. Do not engage in those thoughts. Keep focusing on the breath. After every half a minute, remind yourself to focus on the breath. Pay attention to the breath. If your mind is wandering, then just bring it back to your breath. Concentrate on your breath. We've reached the end of the practice. Now, take a deep breath and whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes.
This mindfulness practice will make your mind more powerful, which is essential because your mind can play tricks on you. Sometimes it can continue denying a problem and make it much bigger than it actually is. Let's watch a short story to understand how our mind works to alter our perception of problems in our life.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom. The king of the kingdom was very kind and known to be open-hearted and unassuming. He used to take good care of himself and his people. One day, he was out on a meditation retreat. A very ugly-looking monster came at the gates of the kingdom and said, "Call your king. I want to stay in his kingdom." The guards were very angry and they did not listen to anything. Instead, they started abusing and shouting at him. With the unwelcoming gesture and with every disrespectful word, the size and strength of the monster went on increasing. The monster became more and more scary. He became restless and just crushed all the guards. He broke through the entry gates of the kingdom and started moving towards the king's palace. He encountered a number of military officers and everybody tried to resist him. With each resistance, his power went on increasing. By the time he reached the entry of the palace, he had become humongous and deadly. He entered the palace and roared, "Now I will sit on the throne and everybody will bow to me with respect." The ministers showed their disapproval and the monster became extremely angry and captured all the ministers and tied them up. One of the king's loyal servants understood that only the wise king would be capable of handling this monster, so he escaped and rushed towards the retreat. He told the king that a terrible monster has entered the kingdom and has almost conquered it. The king pacified him, told him to breathe peacefully and to narrate what all happened. The servant narrated everything, that is, from the appearance of the monster at the gate till how the monster now is sitting on the throne and the ministers have been captured. The king arrived at the palace, and while entering the Darbar hall, he in a very kind voice said, "Welcome, Mr. Monster. Good to have you in my kingdom. I hope you were well received and attended. I'm here now to listen to you and understand what you want to say. We can work on it." With each single encouraging and welcoming word and the wholehearted attention given to the monster by the king, the size of the monster started reducing and his strength was depleting. He started speaking about how he became a monster and how he did not want to be a monster. As the king listened and investigated, he became more and more friendly. "You are welcome anytime in my kingdom, as all angels are welcome." After hearing these words, the monster vanished into the air.
What did you think? Could the monster have been prevented from growing if only someone had acknowledged its presence and its need to be understood? Similarly, we take some issues in our lives and make it bigger than they are. First, we need to accept the problem. Then the solutions will also appear. Today, we are going to take you through a concept which will help you deal with your perceived problems through mindfulness. By practicing this mindfulness technique called RAIN, you will find a new way to cope with problems. This video will explain what the technique is and what it does for you.
Awareness and mindfulness, like the ones we practiced last week, have many different techniques. RAIN is an acronym for one such mindfulness practice. It's a practice that talks about being aware of your immediate surroundings and being non-judgmental about the thoughts and feelings that accompany them. It deconditions you from your usual patterns of thinking, responding, and behaving, like lashing out in anger or lighting up a cigarette. Let's break it down. R in RAIN stands for recognition. This means that you just notice and recognize what it is that you're actually feeling in this moment. Observation with compassion and without judgment is crucial to this part of the process. It will lead to a realization of, okay, so this is how I am feeling. The A in RAIN stands for acceptance. By accepting the difficult emotion instead of pushing it down or ignoring it, you're allowing yourself to say yes to it. Essentially, you're telling yourself, "This is how I am feeling and I accept it." This might be difficult initially, but remember to be kind to yourself. The third letter of the acronym RAIN is I, and it stands for investigate. Now it's your turn to play Sherlock. But instead of solving someone else's case, you're going to start investigating your own feelings. This can be done by asking yourself some key questions like, how did this start? Have I felt this before? What do I need to do now? As always, remember, you're not sitting in the psychoanalyst's chair. You are approaching these questions in an open-ended and friendly manner to yourself. It should be able to lead you to identify some areas of the emotion apart from the negative one. The last letter is N, and it stands for non-identification. When we experience an emotion or feeling intensely, there is a tendency to see ourselves as just that, instead of realizing that it's just one part of our whole being. Non-identification helps in detaching ourselves from our immediate feelings by just observing them. Like everything else, it will take practice to use the RAIN technique, but you can use it to discover and accept your emotions with empathy and kindness.
Do you feel one step closer to the smoke-free life with this exercise? You should, because RAIN will be your primary tool to overcome your cravings, which is the first step to break your habit loop. So the next time you get a craving, recognize it, accept it, investigate the feeling or sensation, and finally, non-identify with it, because that's not the whole of you. Once you can put this to a daily practice, you will see its numerous benefits in your life. And of course, as a part of your preparation to quit smoking. Just like the monster in the story that grows larger when he is ignored, cravings also sneak up upon us and we can get sucked into it. Instead, we have to pay attention to the craving and investigate it with curiosity. Shall we do a RAIN exercise to see how it feels in practice? This audio commentary will help you handle your cravings without giving in to them.
Hello, and welcome to the RAIN exercise. First, take out your cigarette. As you hold the cigarette, notice that something starts building up in your mind and your body. What are the thoughts in your mind? Are you thinking about taking that first puff? Or remembering how good it will feel when you've smoked the cigarette? At the same time, you may be experiencing some bodily sensations. These feelings or sensations in the mind or the body are called a craving. Recognize the craving as it builds and generates a strong desire to smoke. Now, accept this physical and mental state as it is. Do not resist it. Do not distract yourself from the present moment. At the same time, do not give in to the craving. Rather, become curious and investigate the craving by asking yourself, what is going on in my body right now? You may notice certain sensations in the body. Where are these sensations coming from? And what are these sensations? Is it a tightness in the chest? Is it a headache? Is there a burning sensation in your stomach? Or is it just the feeling of restlessness all over the body? Observe them. How long do these sensations last for you? Also check if there are any thoughts that are pushing you towards a cigarette. Thoughts like relief from stress and boredom, or just enjoying the moment. As you investigate it, you will realize that these feelings and thoughts are not you. They are separate from you. You will experience this state of non-identification as you recognize the sensation, accept it as craving, and then investigate it. Be attentive and curious till you experience these sensations fading away. In case you find yourself getting distracted from this process, go back to investigating by asking the question, what is going on in my body right now? Each time you experience a craving, practice this RAIN exercise. As a result, the cravings will become weaker, while your mind becomes stronger to overcome your craving.
You can listen to this commentary every time you feel the craving and handle the push of it in a curious and non-judgmental manner. The RAIN exercise is the primary exercise to overcome your cravings and quitting smoking. Each time you're letting go of the craving, you are breaking the habit loop, and that takes you closer to quitting cigarettes. We recommend that for the next 7 days, you continue with the mindful breathing exercise for at least 3 to 5 minutes a day and apply RAIN whenever craving strikes. If you have to smoke, smoke mindfully. To make it easier for you to keep track of the exercises, we have provided you with this progress card. Keep yourself accountable and prepared by filling it in each day. Initially, it might be challenging to be disciplined about the exercises, but you will see the results soon. So stick to it. If you need any assistance or have queries, you can schedule a call with the Smotech counselors through the website or connect with us on our Facebook community page. Until then, stay aware, stay on track. I'll see you next week.